Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashmi Shai, Ba'ashem Marakak Radash. And double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone, and including the elder bishops on down that have taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmi Shai, which is indeed the Rakak Radash, or should I say Ha Rakak Radash. And it's your brother Laban. Now, I want to speak on this over here. Something has been had in Germany. I think, about 5 days ago now. And a terrorist attack has happened in that area. Something equivalent to the Boston bombings. And what I found out is that they've already known that this was going to come before it even came. And so there you have it. It's just another one of those psyops that have been taking place. And even if I didn't know what I just said, I would have thought of it. I would have thought of that being the case anyway, because as long as I've been living on this earth, all I could really more so remember is Muslims not really being advocates for vengeance. But yet and still, we've been propagated to believe that Muslims stand a high chance of being teased. In this group and that group, and you have to be on your tippy toes for a Muslim. But in all reality, these people don't really advocate for vengeance. I mean, let's just understand something here. From the early 2000s, from when the World Trade Center collapsed, they've been getting ass whooped. Even to this very moment in time. I mean, how many women and children have died in Gaza? And yet and still, you mean to tell me, because I mean, there's a lot of people from Gaza that live in the UK. All right. So from that time, from October the 7th, between October the 7th, what's currently happening right now, you would have seen a group of Gazians get together to show vengeance, some kind of sort of way. All right. But guess what? They haven't did anything. All right. Because they don't believe in that. Their doctrine does not agree with the idea of seeking vengeance. So years ago, we had to depend on the mainstream media, whether it was Fox News, whether it was CNBC, whether it was CBS, if I'm correct, whether it was ABC, all of these alphabetical news stations. We had to rely on them for information. Nowadays, we don't have to, because we have this computer. People are finding out things and they're passing it through. And this is what they want to stop. They want to put an end to X, because X is allowing misinformation to be passed through. All right. And it just makes things a lot more easier for those, especially those that are going alternatively with information. And knowledge is right in front of your face with the quickness. So I mean, even if the mainstream media outlets want to pull the wool over your eyes, they really can't. Because while they're talking about this is what's really happening. And what's really happening is being put before people's face more than lies. So let's get into it. Mass deportations now. Huge protests erupt in Germany after the Christmas market tea attack. And as this reads, protesters are chanting for Trump-style mass deportations have gathered in cities including Magdeburg, demanding immediate action against mass immigration after prosecutors confirmed the attack was a Saudi Arabian immigrant who had been promoted by a leftist outlet, including the BBC. Prosecutors have announced that the suspect has been charged with 5 counts of murder and 200 counts of attempted murder with dangerous bodily harm, and they revealed that one of the slain victims was a 9-year-old child and that 41 people were seriously injured, and therefore death counts may continue to rise, well, reports. And what I want to bring back to your memory, those of you that have watched the video that I've uploaded, I spoke about how all of the cameras have been cut off. There's an article on that I went over, I think last week ago, right? And what I'll do is I'll put that on post-production so you can remember it. And right now we live in the most surveillance time there ever was before. Okay. London has, I would say, up to a million, almost a million cameras all over the place, especially in Germany. All right. It would be the same thing. Germany as well. Germany is under a surveillance state too. So you mean to tell me they couldn't have found this person with the quickness before he did what he did? All right. And just to mention again, they already knew that this was coming. Whenever there's a major cyber event, they're told about it. All right. These politicians get together and they tell each other, look, we're going to do A, B, and C before it's done, because of course they need to know it's going to be a major event, right? Which is going to probably cause mass hysteria. So they tell each other, they talk to each other between. All right. So again, without me knowing that, I would have already speculated that being the case, because I know how Muslims really are. They don't really go for the retaliation thing like that, as they would have conveyed to us years ago. All right. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices here. We know what he so wants to do, and we're in agreement with it. To be honest with you, we're in agreement with it, because I tell you the truth, this world is starting to get real boring, and it's starting to get irritable. To be honest with you, right? This entire existence is getting irritable, man. So I say, let's go, Esau. Let's do it. 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? Absolutely. We're not ignorant of his plans and his ideas and his agendas. We know what the game plan is. The game plan is to bring it into this world, to bring in a new world. All right? We know what the agenda is. The agenda is to destroy one world, to bring in with the new world. And to bring changes to the new world, there needs dramatic events. Again, going back to the most important model among the 33rd degree, autoabkeo. All right, using the Hegelian dialectic, pressure from above, pressure from beneath. We get the gist of what's happening there. Okay, and thanks to the Holy Spirit for being put upon us to see through everything. All right. So I want to get to a different topic here. BRICS expands. Russia confirms 9 nations to join as partner state from January of 2025. Let's read a little bit of this as well. Confirmed that several countries have agreed to join BRICS as partner states, with the official status set to take effect on the 1st of 25. Reports, a task report citing Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov reported that 9 countries have said yes to becoming members of intergovernmental organizations. At a recent summit in Kazan, a new category for BRICS partners countries was established, and invitations were sent to 13 nations so far: Belarus, Bolivia, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Cuba, Malaysia, and Thailand. Uganda and Uzbekistan have confirmed their readiness to join, Ushakov told reporters. So what is this going to furthermore do? This is going to further bring the dollar down, and then therefore, as you already know, inflation is going to occur. When inflation occurs, the price of goods go up. So this is just one way to destroy or to destabilize America. You do it economically, and that's what these nations are doing. And this is why these nations are doing as they may, because a lot of these nations don't want to be under America no more, somehow, some way, whether they were before or not. And even nations that were sanctioned, they want to get from underneath the sanctions. All right. And what this is very well showing in a nutshell is the hatred that these other nations are now beginning to have against the West. Obadiah 1 verse 1, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power, concerning Edom, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. And among these nations, there is a battle going on. It's just not waging physically, but more economically in this case. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, and thou art greatly despised. So that's the prophecy. Thou art greatly, they've become despised because of the things that they have done, the wrongdoings that which was done. Okay, you want to talk about dropping bombs, drones, you name it. Doing things to sabotage the economies of the various countries around the world because they didn't play ball, whatever, right? You know, you got people like Billy Boy Gates going all over the place, injecting all kind of shit into people. So all of this stuff in combination has basically, and the stuff that I haven't even mentioned that America's done in combination has led the nations to despise the West, primarily America in this case. Verse 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that save in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And absolutely, and this is why they've been able to do what they're doing, because it's under the guise of pride that they could do whatever they want because they've been on a high horse too long. All right, that's really what it is. They've been sitting high and pretty for too long, and they've been thinking since they've been sitting high and pretty for too long, can't nobody bring us down, not realizing that anyone could go down. All of these nations which came before Esau into the position of power thought the same thing. They thought that they were too good to fall, and guess what? When the time was right, their asses fell out of power, never to be brought back into power again. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, save the Lord. And the Lord is going to bring him down in many ways. Let's continue to read on, shall we? Jeremiah 50 and verse 23. How is the hem of the whole earth cut asunder and broken, and how is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware, and thou art found, and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. And that's to do with pride. All right. Like it mentions in the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter, that you had a beast, and out of that beast you had a horn which came out of it, having eyes, speaking great things and as well as blasphemies. Okay. And that's what America's been about. America's been about being a transgressive nation and influencing the world to transgress against the ways of the Most High. All right. And creating narratives which is against the real science of truth. Okay. Knowledge of truth in this case, which science just means knowledge from the Greek word, if I'm correct, scientia. I believe it's scientia. I think it's Greek or Latin. I'm going to more lean on towards it being Greek. Verse 25, the Lord have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord, power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. So, as we always tell you, each and every time we read these scriptures to you, is that America will be nuclearized. America is going to be nuclearized to the point of no return. It's going to be destroyed, just like Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. And so the nations that are showing that they despise, it's just basically one step, and then the next thing you know, they're going to express that hatred that they have against America, all right, including their own allies, which is also mentioned in the book of Revelation, the 17th chapter. All right. So America's going down, man. America's did a whole lot of dirt among these other nations and even on towards our people. And all of that is going to be paid for, fully taken into account in a very bad way, majorly. So yeah, that's all I have to say with this. I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashmi Shai Bashem Warakak Wadah Shanam. Speaking about this as well, just to go back to this, now people are definitely with the idea of getting immigrants out, and they could very well do something like this in America too. It's very highly likely. All right, it's very highly likely, and that's just me speculating anyway. So with that, I'm out. Shalom.